underway with Edinburgh on the left of your picture, nearest to the various tents and enclosures. And that is Christiania Roklub, who have impacted not just last year and in years gone by, but certainly this year very positively on the Henley Royal Regatta, and not untypically have steered a little from right to left in the early part of the race.
Yeah, a little bit cautious perhaps on the booms, but rightly so. These crews have both got off to explosive starts and really good class oarsmen in both crews. We've got under-23 champions in the Edinburgh crew. At stroke here you can see on the near side of our picture from Norway, the Norwegian stroke Petter Johansen is a Norwegian and Nordic champion from 2007, 2008 and 2009. Leading on some of his crewmates here with a great early rhythm, long strokes, stretching out and getting out of the blocks cleanly, and a significant advantage over Edinburgh, which are no slouches either. As I say, lots of great athletes with really strong experience at junior world championships, under-23 championships, competing in the World Cup at Poznan, the three-man Josh Armstrong there in the Edinburgh crew. So some really class athletes in both boats.
Yeah, the Norwegians have simply flown away here. It feels like a race with genuine pace. That might be slightly because of its juxtaposition with what went before, a gentle individual meandering his way up the river. But regardless of that, there is a very competitive feel about this. There's a bit of edge, and it's a speedy start.
You can really, if you wanted a photograph of focus, this is it. Look at the concentration on those faces, relaxed but absolutely focused on the job in hand. Going straight as a die down the course. I'm pleased to see Christiania Roklub from Oslo in Norway, and Edinburgh really working hard to stay on terms. There's some, as I say, some really good class in the boat, even though they're younger guys here, 21, 19 years old. There's some wise heads on those young shoulders as the bowman there, Matthew Curtis, looks across. The flowing gold locks you can see on Matthew Curtis. He claims that he only cuts his hair when he loses, so his last haircut was Henley 2016, and he's hoping to see if he can avoid the trip to the barbers today. And they're having a valiant effort, staying in touch. Look, there's still a little bit of overlap on the Norwegian crew as we go through the middle of the course.
He's going to have to find some speed over the second half, or there'll be some scissors being sharpened.
Let's see. I mean, I think this is turning into quite a race. The Edinburgh crew in blue on the right of the picture are challenging hard, and they look like they've gained a couple of feet already in the last 30 seconds or so. There's real momentum behind this Edinburgh crew now. I'm excited to see whether they can haul back into a significant overlap, maybe in half a length with the Christiania Roklub crew. Can the Norwegians respond? They've got that focused look still, but Edinburgh are attacking and attacking and attacking.
Yes, they are a cussed crew. The early indications that perhaps they were struggling to stay with some blistering Norwegian pace are now being eclipsed by the suggestion that they've left enough in the tank to turn this into a tight race over the second half of the course. Edinburgh adhesive.
I wouldn't bet against Edinburgh at this point. They really are pushing hard. Gavin Horsburgh there in the stroke seat of the Edinburgh crew, an under-23 World Championship gold medalist in the lightweight quad. And that's exactly the experience you need. And look at this. We are seeing Edinburgh, as I was expecting, coming right back through. And Christiania, you can now see, are responding, raising their rate of striking to try to see if they can hold off Edinburgh. But the momentum is all with Edinburgh.
It's a wonderful piece of rowing. There is a wonderful illustration of it from overhead. Edinburgh have made up ground. They're continuing to make up ground. And this, I think, is going to be a really thrilling climax.
I think Edinburgh are about to get their bow ball in front of the Norwegian crew, and you can just see them moving through. Now imagine what that feels like if you're the Norwegians. You've gone off calmly, you thought you had command of the race, and then these young guys alongside you are coming back at you and coming back at you as the stroke man there, Gavin Horsburgh, glances across to see that he's now ahead of the Norwegian crew, and that is going to be a great feeling for the guys from the Scottish University.
You may not know the answer to this question, but do you think that Edinburgh's is a response to the circumstance, i.e. they had to put on a spurt, they had to stay with the Norwegian crew that got away, or is this a race plan?
Well, I think probably Edinburgh would have been surprised that the Norwegians got away quite so fast based on the form through the competition today, and what they've done well, as I say, wise head on young shoulders, is to stick to their race plan, get into their rhythm and just be able to haul them back through. And now I think we're seeing the class. Now it's Edinburgh who look like the relaxed and focused crew, and it's really hard when you've been rode through like that to find an extra gear. What is it you're going to do if you haven't held them off? How are you going to haul them back as they've gone through you? But Christiania are not giving up by any means. Real experience here. As I say, the strokeman Peter Georg has been a lightweight as a Norwegian champion for a number of years, 6 or 7 years ago, so he's an extremely experienced athlete as well, and this competition is turning into a great race in the Prince of Wales Challenge Cup.
A laudable absence of panic from Edinburgh University, who clearly had a deep understanding of what they had available to them physically, weren't overly perturbed by the early deficit in the race, trusted themselves, and have paid back that trust to this point in spades. And now it is Christiania who have it all to do. Have they left sufficient energy to get close to Edinburgh again? It's beginning to look improbable.
Edinburgh have done a fantastic job with this race. Just looking there, the two men in the yellow hat in Edinburgh's boat, James Temple, he was in the first ever Edinburgh crew to win at Henley Regatta last year in the Prince Albert Cox Falls event, and that experience standing him in good stead for this race. A fantastic row from the University of Edinburgh crew as they come towards the finish line.
What an excellent race. That haircut's going to be postponed again because Edinburgh University, off the back of a A1 performance, have seen off the challenge of Christiania Roklub, have rowed from behind and progress in the Prince of Wales Challenge Cup.